Hello, welcome to the Ashes We Keep. I hear a question come up a lot in some of the groups that I'm a part of, so I wanted to talk about that with you today. One of the questions is it normal to feel angry when you're grieving? And hell yeah, it is. But not very many people want to talk about that part. Grief is not just sadness. Sometimes it's rage. And I don't mean that I'm frustrated that that guy took my parking spot kind of angry, but the turning green, ripping your shirt off, rageful, scream at the sky, hate everyone and everything kind of painful rage. Rage at whatever God you believe in, at the doctors, at friends who disappeared, at the person who left, the person who died, leaving you here in this world. Being angry at yourself, at the whole fucking universe. And who usually follows anger? Shame. Because we're taught in our grief avoidance society that grief is supposed to be quiet, sweet, and tear-stained, never loud, messy, or pissed off at the whole world. It's important to note, too, that anger isn't just protective in nature when it comes to grief. It's also a totally natural part of this journey. You were dealt a complete shit hand, and it's totally okay to be pissed off about it. Our grief avoidant culture thinks that we need to find peace, that we should be grateful for the time that we had, and that we should try to stay positive. But what if you're not there yet? What if you're standing in the wreckage of your life, thinking and wondering to yourself what the actual fuck just happened? I want you to know that you do not owe the world your composure. You don't owe the world anything. When my son died, I was furious, mostly at the universe. I was pissed off at beliefs that I once held, like spirit guides or ancestors, for example. I would ask myself questions like, where the fuck were they when my son was alone in his Jeep about to take his life? Why didn't they stop him? And then this God that so many people believe in, I used to sit on the floor in my bathroom, sobbing and daring him to be real so that I could tell him exactly what I think of someone who supposedly has all of this power to stop something like this from happening, but lets it happen anyway. I was pissed at every person who told me that everything happens for a reason. I wanted to scream in their faces sometimes. I was so angry at people who I considered friends that just dropped off the face of the earth after the loss of my son. And I was angry that when I went out in public, people didn't just know what I had just gone through. They didn't know what was wrong with me. They didn't know that my world was crumbling around me. And I was extra pissed that everyone else's lives seemed to just keep moving forward. I felt like I was not allowed to get back on the carousel, and it just kept spinning without me. I've learned a lot from my anger. I've learned that it's a really great outlet for my grief when I do it in a way that doesn't hurt anyone else. And I've also learned to show myself a lot of grace and kindness when I do accidentally direct my anger in the wrong direction. And I'm also very careful to make sure that I extend that same grace and patience to my grieving family members as well. Their anger is also valid. Here are some things that I think have helped me during this process. And I also like to remind everybody that I'm new in this process. I have been doing this for just over a year and a half, and I am on this journey with you. So one of the first things that helped me is acknowledging the anger. Saying things like, I'm fucking pissed, or I'm mad, or whatever feels right for you, but say it out loud or write it down and don't censor it. I honestly believe that you can't heal what you won't face. I also think it's really important to move the anger. Scream in your car by yourself, punch a pillow, scream into a pillow, go for a walk, slam something safe. Let your body speak the pain that your mind isn't really able to hold yet. Before we lost all of our belongings in the flooding caused by Helene last year, I used to use an old tennis racket that my husband kept for his patients. I whacked the shit out of some of my pillows and my mattress with that thing. And I think I probably should talk to him about getting another one. Share your anger. Talk to someone who won't flinch. A friend, a therapist, or a group that you're a part of that you feel like gets it. I feel like anger loses its grip when it's witnessed. I have grief buddies. They are moms who have experienced the same type of loss that I have, and that has been super helpful for me. They aren't afraid of my anger or my sadness or my stories about Daniel. They're always open to share their stories also. They really have been lifesavers. And lastly, question your anger, but very gently. Anger often points to a deeper grief or something that you might need to sit with. You can ask your things, or, you might be saying things to yourself like, I was not ready. They left me. This is not fair. Why me? Why my family? Those truths and questions need your tenderness and your patience. Learning to embrace my anger and accept it. I know people don't like that word, but accept it has helped me learn the art of both and. This is what I describe as the understanding that we can experience grief and joy, anger and gratitude, confusion and understanding, and we can experience them all at the same time, along with many, many other emotions. It's totally okay to be angry or pissed off after you've been asked to try to live this life with a piece of your heart missing. I visit anger often, but I try not to live there for too long. As always, I want to hear your stories and learn about your loved ones that have gone too soon. If you're up to it, please share an anger story with us. Let's blow the lid off the silence around grief rage. Your anger is welcome here. If you or someone you love is struggling with grief, please subscribe and share my channel. You never know who you might be helping. Thanks.